Heyo, what's up, everybody? This is Wos, and we are here with draft analysis for the PWC Season 2. So yeah, this is the last one I'm trying. Seems like every time I upload a league, it dies. Uh, Sorry, I got distracted by something. Every time I try to upload a league, it dies, like the last one. So I think this one should stay. Hopefully it does. And I'm going to try. If this league that falls apart and dies, I'm fucking done uploading leagues. It's just not going to work out. So, like I said, PWC. Nope. Fuck me. PCA. I probably said that twice. PCA, which is clearly a reference to Zoe 101 and nothing else. It's a points tier draft, so 120 points to draft 10 to 12 mons, ranging from 18 points down to 1. So this is a team that we got. There's 12 league teams in it. Okay, we tried this league once with 18 people. Surprisingly, didn't work out. Sarcastic as well. So we shrunk it down to 12. Got rid of everyone who wasn't really active or didn't really care. Brought in new people, so hopefully we should be good. Let's get right into it. Going into this draft, I thought to myself, you know what? Fuck it. I haven't taken things like Mega Kangaskhan or Hoopa-Yu, Mega Mawile, stuff like that. Stuff where they were banned for a while and then they're now allowed. People are like them there, some people don't. I want to try them. I want to try them. So I had the last pick in the draft in each round. Not in each round, but I had the 12th pick of 12. And then got the first of the second round coming around. So I took Mega Kangaskhan with my first pick. I know it got nerfed to Parental Bond, which kind of sucks, but I think it's 1.3 now, or 1.2, something like that. But I still think this thing can put in absolute work. Getting Fake Out is super nice. I believe it gets Sucker Punch as well. Yes. It actually has really, really good coverage, too, with Flying, Water, Ice, Fighting, Ground, Dark, Bug, Seal, Dragon, Rock, Ghost, and Thunder. Like, it has pretty much every single type covered except for Fairy. Plus, it's not awful in any sense except for a special attack, which you're never going to rank. 105, 100, 100 with the defenses is pretty good. 100 speed is okay. And 125 attack is nothing great, but combine that with you're getting off 2 hits every time, and even being able to potentially run Power Up Punch, getting up to +2 after first turn is really scary, honestly. So like I said, I wanted to try this thing for a while, so I'm actually going to try it now, which is nice. Even be able to run like Flamethrower, something like that, or Ice Beam to counter things like, hold on, someone tagged me. Okay. What was I saying? Being able to run that for things like Lander T and Ferrothorn, which really super nice. It even gets a little bit of utility moves with Roar, Wish, Passing as well. Not Passing, but yeah, it doesn't give Baton Pass. This thing is nice to have. The one thing that it has that Mega Lopunny doesn't, which is the other Mega I was thinking about taking there, it has a way to hit bulky Psychic types, which if you ever draft Mega Lop, make sure you take a good Dark type, good Ghost type, Gengar, Weavile, something like that, because bulky Psychic types will ruin your life. Like I said, coming around, I decided to go with Hoopa-Yu as well. Why not take both the things that I've wanted to take and try out for a while now? Worst case scenario, I drop one of them, pick up something really good, or trade one of them, grab something really good. Hoopa-Yu has 2 things that aren't great about it. 80 base speed, which is okay, and 60 defense is pretty bad. But everything else is really good, and HP is okay. But attack being 160, special attack being 170, that is ridiculous. Especially with Magician, too. You can run some cheeky shit with that. But this thing is ridiculous. It has knockoff Sucker Punch, but also Hyperspace Fury. It's just fucking ridiculous. Base 100 dark type move that doesn't break or that breaks through protections is stupid. Um, Plus the fact that it lowers its defense by 1, but you're really never going to try to take a defensive hit from anything ever. It has surprisingly really good coverage too, with Gunk Shot. I saw a couple other ones. Thunder Punch, even a couple utility with Thunder Wave, Trick, D-Bond, shit like that could be a little bit fun to use. Shiny is absolutely disgusting. Like, that just looks like shit. But after these rounds, I took making these 2 first picks. I knew there was one thing I wanted to get, and I wanted to make sure I got webs. These things under webs, I feel like, are stupidly dangerous, and I'm really excited to try it. Next one, I wanted something to hit more specially as well. So I've got one of my favorite mons from this generation, which is Primarina. Water Fairy typing is awesome for both offensively and defensively. And it's really bulky, especially, and even it has good enough physical defense too, especially if you go full investment in HP. It can take up a couple hits and then fuck something up with just running Surf or Scald and Moonblast, and then Psychic for poison types. Is really nice. Those are pretty much the only moves you really need to run. You can run Shadow Ball if it helps, Toxic to help dwindle things down. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to. Even Magico just to get some cheeky shit. I've used things past I've talked about in the past. It's a huge special wall breaker, which is nice. That being said, I have 3 wall breakers right now, so I want to make sure I get a little bit more defense. So I thought, why not take a Moongus? I wanted Tangrowth here. If it was still there, we're taking it. Sadly, it's not, so I had to settle for Moongus with Regenerate, which still isn't bad. It just adds in 1 weakness, being Psychic. And it's a little... Actually, overall, it's more bulky, where Tangrowth is more physically bulky. Like, I don't have to run Assault Fist on it to be able to take special hits. Plus, this thing is a great utility bottle with Spore, putting things to sleep, helping my sweepers late game. Even getting things like, I believe Leech Seed, right? Am I wrong? Oh shit, does it not? For some reason, I always thought it did. I don't know. Clear Smog to just, prevent people from setting up in its face. This thing is a sponge and a pivot, if I've ever seen one. Being able to take a hit and then just switching out, getting back its health with Regenerator is super nice. So I had to wait another yada yada picks. There's a Mon I love from 7th Gen that was sitting there. 2 more, actually. This team is a lot of things I want... Oh shit, I just ripped out my stand for my fucking mic. That's fun. Alright, that's good. Okay, we're good now. As a team, I drafted is a lot of things I want to try with a lot of mons I love. And that being Alola Muck. I have 3 really good special walls right now, which is kind of weird, but, I'll allow it. I love this thing. Hits super hard. It's superly especially bulky. 2 great abilities with Poison Touch and Gluttony. So if you do run Poison Jab with Poison Touch, I think it's like a 60% chance of poison, which is just going to help lower mons down bit by bit. Gluttony is going to pop those 50% berries at half, which is awesome, especially with Recycle, which you can run. And it has the coverage or the moves it needs. It has Poison Dark Stab, obviously, but it has Rock coverage, Thunder coverage, Ice coverage, Fire coverage. It even gets Power Up Punch 2 and Shadow Sneak for a little bit of priority. But yeah, this thing is one of those mons that it's just going to eat a hit and then fuck something up. But I wanted to give me another option to use Knockoff and a better option to take on fairies, since a lot of fairies are especially offensive. This thing can eat up hits from them pretty easily. And don't have to risk Hoopa U getting O-Code and crit or something like that. So like I said, I drafted a lot of mons that I like, including Silvally, and that's every fucking type of Silvally. I love this thing. It's so much fun in leagues to, tinker with. But being able to run Parting Shot on stuff is going to help, like, my late game sweepers come in. It has good coverage, but like I said, this is my only hazard removal in defog, but I don't really plan with this team to get up many hazards except for webs. So um, I might need to invest in a rapid spinner, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, I just enjoy to use the thing to be like, all right, I don't deal with X mon very well. I'm going to run Soul Valley Poison to wall it, something like that. Which is, like I said, honestly, um, its greatest use is the fact that it can be used to with anything. I guess you could say. I mean, for how many points was it worth? 12? No. So Valley 11, which is on pace with things like Breloom, Dragalge, Kingdra, Klefki, Magnezone, Pori 2, and Z, Roserade, and then Savali, which is every fucking goddamn type. Oh, you can see. That's fine. Yeah, that's what I mean. I really wanted to pivot with things like Hoopa and Kangaskhan as well. So, had to wait a while. Now, I love this mon. I probably didn't need another special attacker for the fact that I have Hoopa U, Primarina, and I also have Blacephalon. It doesn't have the greatest move pool, but who gives a shit when you have 151 base special attack, Flamethrower, Psychic, and Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse. Like, who really needs more coverage than that? Yeah, so pretty much this thing's going to come in, kill something, get a +1 special attack, kill something, get up to +2 special attack, kill something, get up to +3, and then it's game over. Like I said, late game, this is probably one of the better Ultramons in League. Like, all you have to do is run Scarf and Shadow Ball things. Try to think of what else. Buzzwole can, but doesn't have the speed. And it has quad weakness. Celesteela. No, I'm saying, like, Celesteela overall is better, but as a late game sweeper to just come in and just nukes things, this is probably the best one. In my opinion, at least. Give me a sec. So that being said, like I said, I'm kind of moving through this pretty quickly today. It's not going to be like 40 minutes. I have, like I said, one of the Weber. I got Leavanny. It's the cheapest of the better ones. I was also looking at Savali. If I didn't, Savali. I was looking at Slurpuff. If I didn't take Primarina, I would have taken that, but I didn't want to double up on so many typings. I have what? 2 poison types. This gives me 2 grass types, 2 dark types. Like, I just wanted to be like, all right, let's fucking chill. So this thing actually is surprisingly decent stats. I think it's probably one of the better ones. Yes, Galvantula has the potential to, like, help pivot with Volt Switch, which I don't have Volt Turn at all in this scene, but I'm okay with that for now at least. It has good speed, but being able to run sticky webs, but also being able to potentially baton pass things like, excuse me, being able to baton pass things like agility into Mons, or Home Claws, or Swords Dances, or Iron Defenses, or shit like that, is also very useful to help some of these late game sweepers. Like, imagine setting up webs and then somehow being able to baton pass the Sword Stance into fucking Hoopa U. Holy shit. That would be the worst person I'd ever play. They would allow that to happen. Okay, that's about it with this thing. Now, I have a Webs user, I have a Spore user, and I have a Parting Shot user. I should probably get something that can set up with like a Dragon Dance or something like that to win late game. So I went with Tyrantrum. This thing I want to try for a while now. But it has access to, like I said, Dragon Dance. So potentially Parting Shotting out and then being able to switch in this thing could really help. The fact that it has good defense as well. So I could have some fun with that. With webs up, potentially just being able to get up 1 DD and then just head smashing things to oblivion is awesome. or even running. Is it 100 accuracy? No, it's not. It's 80. Oh god, that's so inaccurate, and I'm gonna miss like all of them. Or even just running rock polish. And sadly, okay, we have two Z captains on the team. One, I didn't read it all the way through, and it was one above 10 points, which I chose Belefason. Maybe should have chosen Hooper U on that one, but you know, hindsight's 2020. And one of 10 points or lower. This thing is 10 points. I really should have made this a C captain. I misread that. I thought it was 10 and above and lower than 10, not above 10 and 10 and below. So that kind of sucks, but I'm going to stick with it. This gives me another option to get up rocks if I would ever want to. But yeah, this thing is just going to be a huge wall breaker as well. Next mon I want to draft with it was something I was looking to take up instead of a Mugus, which dropped 5 rounds later, being Bronzong. I think Bronzong and Primarina match up very, very, very well together. It has two great abilities, being Levitate and Heat Proof, being able to get up rocks, but also being able to toxic things. Gyro Ball, set up screens potentially, could really help out a lot. So yeah, I mean, you pretty much know what these mons do at this point, so I'm not going to go too in depth with it. Now at this point, I had 4 points left, and I had 10 mons, so I said, I'll use my last 4 points. Ground type would be nice, so I took Marowak, because why not? Sorry, listen to DMX right now. It's an electric community, and a ground type, so it has Stab Earthquake. I just kind of drafted it because I wanted a ground type. Plus, this gives me another option to set up rocks. How many mons do I have with Power Up Punch? I have like 4. That's weird. But yeah. What the fuck did I read? Why do I have 2 mons with Belly Drum? Minimum 2 mons with Belly Drum. Yeah, I think 2. The other mon I have with Belly Drum is Wall Rain. I drafted this thing because I wanted an Ice type. After doing that, I made it my Z captain, by the way. Because, like I said, at that point, I thought my options were Leave Annie, no point to run webs on it. Bronzong, really no point to run Z on it, not webs. Z. This thing, which I didn't think really comp, and Wall Rain. I was like, that might come a while. Fuck it, I'll make it my Z captain. Holy shit, this thing gets Belly Drum. I can run Z goddamn Belly Drum with this thing. I could baton pass speed into this thing, set up a Z Belly Drum, and run through teams. Not even that, it has good utility moves, things like Super Fang, which is fucking awesome. It has really good coverage. Like, I'm really excited to use this thing for no reason whatsoever. Don't sleep on Wall Ring. And it has pink. Fuck that. This thing's fucking perfect. But yeah, that's about it. Team is here. Hopefully this league stays together. If not, I'm blaming Jay. Fuck you. But that's it, and peace.